Now you can hear me. Hello and welcome to another stream about indoor navigation with Vuforia. Or in general, indoor navigation. I've been working the last 7 streams on a custom path. Custom path that you see when you select the destination and navigate to somewhere. And yeah, we are trying to have footprints in front of you. Can I show you back? For now, for debugging, we have both. So this is the line that you normally see, and then we're working on these footsteps that we want to see in front of you walking, like showing you the path. And yeah, I've been improving on this. Last time we worked on resetting the friends so that when you start a new navigation, so that they go away and then they respawn. So, and in this stream, I'm trying to do a different approach than now. I'm trying to render the footprints all the way along the line, then only make them visible as you keep walking. That would be a different approach, because at the moment I take a look at the position of the camera, and then I take a distance, and then there I spawn the first. And then there I spawn one, and then if a certain distance passed, then I spawn the other one, and then just go along. The issue is then when the path in the back moves, then that will not be aligned anymore. Plus, but actually that's not a problem, because you just delete them again. My concern was not showing. The music too loud? Let me know. For me it's too loud. It's a bit more quiet. I still need to think what we are doing, right? I have this as well. Yeah, that was last week. Update the ANF package. Yeah, we updated the NF package. We should also update to the next Unity at some point. Let's see. What do we have? 1.3, 1.5. Because now we can update for Vuforia, which is great. I only will install Android. I also could do as well, but do this on a Mac machine. More smart. This just allows to build the Xcode project, which is already nice. So on the Mac OS, you only don't need to build again. You already have to build. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to have the iOS default what's it called? Aspects. Okay, this can run in the background while we are working on these. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Something is unclear, and we can figure it out. mic is not too loud. Yeah. Okay. So what do we have? We have the script, which is here. Path steps. And here we have different variables. Speed, spawn distance, distance between footprints, height above ground. So this is the distance in front. Let's see if we put this higher. Works. Ah, need to stop it maybe. This goes further in front. Yeah, definitely. What else is the distance? Distance. Yeah, I'm not very convinced by this method, or maybe do some calculations wrong. There's also an issue if I go away from the starting position a bit, then it won't work anymore. So I don't really like this approach. Buggy. Yeah, what is it doing here? That's probably because of the line. So yeah, I'm a bit bummed. Super sad you cannot like listen to Spotify during a stream. That would be so cool. Yeah, but voila, we have this upbeat. Yes, why are they not working here? Interesting. What the heck? Ah, Unity is installing. Good. Whoa, this is crazy. Yeah, they're all there. What the heck? What the heck? Yeah, there's something weird going on when there's a... when there is a NavMesh link. But the line render works okay-ish. Let's see if we enable the line. The points. There's so crazy many points here. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Ah, the rest are there. Probably because of those messing up things. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's something that you should that should be solved. But yeah, let's try to find out a way how to render the footsteps along the path. And then but the tricky part is, I think the tricky part is that the person with the phone, you don't know where it will walk. It will not walk perfectly on the path that is shown. Like he will walk more and then you need to adjust. And so, but I mean, it doesn't matter. You can just print the footprints and leave them, right? And then the person will just follow them. There should be like a guide leading in front. Actually, it doesn't matter if. But then if you do rerouting, you still have to, yeah, at some point you need to say, okay, we're gonna change direction. When you person is like deciding to go left instead of right. So, for example, in a scenario like this, yeah, this is super complicated. So here, go like here, but then I decide to go here. At some point, the line render will realize, ah, okay, this is faster. But then our steps are still here. That's a bit the trouble that we have. So in this case, I would want that the steps appear here now. Wow, this is so weird. It's also a bit weird because of this maybe. Mesh. That's not. Well, voila. Can happen in tight places. Okay, so how should we do this? Did it change anything? I changed the distance, yeah. So either how should we proceed? We could either leave that as is, like first version. Let's maybe do that. This linked somewhere. Yeah, the problem that is linked. Yeah, that's not so nice because you should be able to use those independently. Like the air path steps controller should get the position by himself. Position for path controller. I mean, maybe gonna solve this another time. Because that will need some rework. I'm gonna need some different music. This is too fancy. This playlist. chilled productivity. This would be super good for green screen, but it's much too bright. This is a bit better? Yeah. No, this is too bright. Way too bright. This is better. Okay. It was a long day today. We are releasing a new update tomorrow for BioApp. If you're into biology, this might be a cool tool for you to increase your biology knowledge. Yeah, we've been hard on this, and it's a small update, but last year we've been working hard on this. It was fun to implement the whole thing again. I learned a lot from it, even for this project where you're able to use the knowledge a bit for the backend web app, backend server. So yeah, if you're into biology, take a look. We've added this year. We've added English, French, Italian, Spanish. All the quiz questions. Yeah. Yeah, on this day, yeah. Okay. That's why I was in office so long today. Oh. So we thought we're gonna create. Now we're just gonna work on this. Gonna continue on this. And in worst case, we can go back. Retro. What is this? Okay. Let's have. Whole line. Yeah, we should have created. I was a bit stupid to do everything on main because people are pulling the project from main and the main state should be always working. So this is not so nicely done, but the last couple of streams I was just focusing on this path. So please forgive me for violating normal Git workflow. I switch now to this branch, right? Okay, so where do we start? Need to take a look at the script. If we want to spawn them along the line, steps. We just loop through, and every few a bit distance we spawn one. I think what's a bit tricky is these corners. Mm-hmm. Ah, so here's the limit. What if we... this? Then it should go to the end, right? Nope. Haha. That's not what I expected. Aha. This is not this one. We only spawn one. Is that what I see? 4. No. We go through all of the corners. Then we spawn one. Ah. And then I spawn and we break out of it. Over here. If the path distance iteration total is smaller than feed spawn distance, then we are still... we haven't moved far enough to spawn another one. Okay. Distance from last spawn. Last part is long and spawn distance. What I'm asking myself right now is, why doesn't it go further? Like, is it because we spawn and then we break? Is this the case? If you leave... yeah, let's try that. Don't stop it. After spawning, will it go till the end of the line? Oh my gosh. What happened? What the heck? What? Shouldn't it follow the line? What happened? Why are you all over the place? Interesting. Like really all over the place. Does it has to do with me looking around? No. Interesting. Amused, not amused. Look to the next corner. Yeah, look to the next corner is maybe also not the best, because the next corner might be too far away. That's not our mathematical problem. Yeah. There is. So many steps. In the wrong place. What does this magic do? Oh. It was quite a function. So we loop through every corner of the path of the agent. This this orange path is this path point corners that we loop through. And then we take like the current corner. Okay, we had current corner 0, the beginning. And then the next corner is +1. We only go to the second last, and we have this one. Current path, bar distance, current corner, next corner. So calculate the distance between current corner and next corner. Path, distance, iteration total is just a sum of distance and the total of this loop. And as long as this is smaller than the feed spawn distance, then as long as this is smaller than the feed spawn distance, then I don't do anything. Skip this iteration. Long as smaller than distance. Skip iteration, that's what we do. Continue, this goes to the next, it makes E++ here. And then if this is the same or higher, then we actually start to spawn. So in theory, if we skip this, the problem is we might mess up something else. If you're partially Uh-huh. Well, no. You're smaller. Yeah, the thing is the whole functionality was built up for only spawning until this distance. Now if you just ignore this, continue, then we spawn. Where do we check for this? Here. Because then as soon as we go higher than this... like we can ignore this. That still plays a role, this calculating path. Feed spawn distance. Is this... And where is the distance between each? Yeah, distance between footprints. Ah, here. Okay, so then maybe we can ignore this. Go and looping over multiple corners to build paths. Still need this, I think. Let's see what happens. Wrong side. What the heck? I think we're just gonna rewrite the whole function again with the other thing in mind. Have a fresh start. It's the smartest. Otherwise we're stuck here. And we can go back and take a look at this. Let's actually reset this. And then... that was not the goal. Oh, come on. That doesn't work on Windows? I cannot copy the whole function. On Mac that works. On Mac OS Visual Studio Code. Oh, come on. Footsteps. Better. Okay, so we get a bit of everything. Boom. So we get the path. We want to loop through the path. This like before for the line render. And also if the path is smaller than 2, then we do 20. Now we loop through the path. Always comparing. I already do this as well. We have the current corner and we have next corner. Okay, should we always... Aha, we don't know the distance, right? So here we have the... So what we did here before, current path part distance. I checked the current path part distance. And what did I do here? Distance from last spawn. Last spawn where I spawned point probably. And where is the initial spawn point? Probably a mistake. In the beginning, this is the camera. Oh, none, yeah. The distance from last spawn is bigger than each spawn minus distance between footsteps. So when we do the whole line, I already spawned the first footprint on path 0, right? On corner 0. Should we just do that as this? If the thing is when if we spawn it, to instantiate it, then we don't want to move it all the time with the line that is updated. I think that's what we want to do. Want to update the path. The footprints we want to update with the path. But then this updates every frame. Then you have just these footsteps that are not. Oh boy, it's just complicated. Then you have the footsteps walking along, and not walking along, but moving along all the time. Doesn't make sense. Or I mean, you spawn them all the time, and then just clutters everything. Oh, this is just out of. This is much more complicated than I thought. Just sit down. Oh, not going up. Maybe we should write down again these steps that we need to take. What's the problem? Maybe that can help us out. Some of the guys, one guy in the Discord, he had idea to. He said, "Don't do it like this. Much complicated. Do it with a shader." The more I get into this or work on this, the more I. Yeah. So here was this conversation. And then this was his animated shader. Which, okay, looks cool. But I don't want them moving like this. I want them moving. I want them fixing place, and they only move when I move. For example, oh, I'm running out of the battery. I need to plug it in. Yeah, so that was 2 streams ago. Yeah, so there's a bug. Let's go back. Then we are ready to go. So this is DevStream 24, right? 24. Wow, approaching half a year. So there have been different. Yeah, so in the beginning we thought, okay, and that no. So there's the position along the line, left footprints in, let footprints in place, animate the fade, then sound, ha ha ha. Then spawning the footprints. This was quite a lot of math, like calculating if you're going through this path and you want to spawn a footprint here, then you just take the distance between this, subtract it, and then you have this. And so, yeah. So this was one problem that we solved. And then for letting them in space. We took the prefab one per spawn position. Spawn next prefab after min distance to player distance. So yeah, I kind of want to do, and I kind of want to try out the animated shader. But I'm also a bit stubborn because in my head this solution that I thought of, or this idea in my head, it's like sounds like a mathematical problem that can be solved, or a logical problem that just needs more thinking and more Hirnschmalz, more brain material to be solved. That's why it bugs me a bit. It's also not the best idea to work on things like this in the middle of the night after a day of work, but voila. I don't know what I should do. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide our community guidelines. Hello. You want to be promoted to moderator? Add as moderator. Can review and remove chat messages and hide or put users in timeout. Manage blocked words. Ryan Lachko is now a standard moderator. Voila, you can... I already forgot what you can do, but you're now a moderator. Feel free to chat with the people. But take care, huh? No sleep for me. Well, I'm gonna soon go to sleep, yes. But I don't know what I should. So either options. So here's the problem. We have an array of points. Okay. This is an array of X, Y, Z. This comes from the agent path. Nav-mesh agent. Nav-mesh and not mesh. Oh gosh, I read it wrong again. Now, Ryan, what are you gonna do as moderator if there are no one writes in the chat? How can I take away your remove a standard moderator? Okay, I need to read this again. A standard moderator can review and remove chat messages and hide put users in timeout. Okay. A managing moderator can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live, and also has capability of standard moderators. Change chat modes in live. I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna promote you to standard moderator just so you feel appreciated to have you as a returning member of this chat. How do you moderate yourself? Yeah, you should moderate your sleep. No, moderate does mean to do less. Okay. So this is what we have as a data source. This is the data source. That's all we have. An array of points in 3D space that come from the nav-mesh agent path. Or wait, is it actually path? Path point corners. How do we access it? It's updated here by routine. What is this path? Nav-mesh path. I just broke ground. I don't know what that means. Bro fired me and for good publicity decides to hire me again. No, I fired you because I needed to read again what's your job description as standard moderator. Yeah, maybe some managers just fire people so they know how to fire people. So I don't know. I don't know. Let me check your channel activity. Oof. That's not bad. You can click, I can click on a name. I can click recent channel activity. I see that you commented last stream, last 3 streams you didn't even comment. I'm disappointed. Stream 21, let me sleep in peace, bro, you too. Bro. How do you say bro? Bro. Bruh. Stream 20. Sleep. I will send you my math assignment. Bye. You always comment 3 times. Or I only see 3 times. Ah, no. When I click, see all the comments. Okay. Let me show you what I see. You can check recent channel activity of businesses between life and death. I need to go to IKEA to find my inner peace. I can go here and I see everything you commented. Pretty cool to see if, okay, has this person interacted with this channel before or with the videos. Chat messages in the last year. Ah, chat message. Okay. Joined 6 years ago. Wow. Not bad. Premium member. Promoted. Those days were the judgment days, even more dangerous than you. No, judgment days are coming. But let's not go too deep into this topic. My math teacher would say, plenty of time. But it's past midnight. I actually want to close the stream. But we still need a good description of the problem. The problem well described is half of. Okay, so we have this points in 3D space, and now my camera is not focusing on me anymore. No matter, you know how it looks like. And we know that this is the destination. This is always updated automatically. And we know that the first one is the agent or position of user. Of user, or essentially the camera. The AR camera, to be precise, so. Or the device, whatever. No, actually it's the camera. The AR camera is represented in 3D space in the Unity scene with Augmented Reality. So, let's just keep it simple. AR camera. Okay. So we also have the position of this. Yeah, no, so we know. Oh, that Josh is tired. This is the first position, this is the last position. There's a black mass in the corner of my room. Yeah, jump in it. Might be a black hole. You can travel to other universities. University. Not universities. Universes. Universes? How do you pronounce that? Universe. What's the plural of universe? Dear moderator, please find out. Why are 5 people watching this stream? Watching someone tired to figure out problems. Anyways, you might as well write in comments your ideas for this problem. So this is our data. And now what we already do, so the line render, left is the line render. the line renderer solution, by the way, I didn't came up with this idea. Some clever guy. I even linked to this. I think if you go to the AR visualizer, line is strong with line runner using path corners. Boom, this guy. Come on, open this page. Oh. It's actually really simple. Okay? He had this idea. So the line renderer, how that works. It just takes, draw this path again. Let me check this code again. That position. Yeah. So the line renderer. The line renderer is all what it is an array of X, Y, Z. So just that. And you can just set the corner to this position. So it is exactly the same. So, and when you have a line renderer where you set position 1 is this XYZ and position 1 is this position, then it automatically, well, that's what the line renderer is. It will then render a line between those positions in real space. Slot mark 2, 3, 4, 5. So this array of the line render, or these positions, are then saved in this line render. We can see it here. What are you compiling? He gets easily distracted but has good answers. Yeah. Okay, so if you enable a line, boom. That's what the line render is. And if you look, the first position, this is exactly the first, yeah, so then corners, this is the path corners. Those are the dots that I wrote here, that drew here. Okay. If I move only a bit, then you see that the first position is updating this position, the air camera. Okay. And voila, that's the line render solution. Now the prefab, let's call it the prefab solution. The prefab solution was, oh well, actually the problem is not finished. Push this a bit down. Oh, no. Let's write down what we want to achieve. So what we want to achieve is, check how this turns out on screen. This might. Okay, let's say this is the footsteps. Okay. So what we want is, as the user is walking, Because of pink here? No. Same. So let's say this is the user. The user's walking. That's really gonna look stupid on here, but wanna see these footsteps on here along this line. And they fade away behind him and they fade in front of it. So yeah. Well, not behind, just in front of him. Man, when we find a good solution, I want to create a Unity asset for this. And maybe there is already. Maybe check. Unity asset store. Which steps? Sound. Yeah, come on, give us a sound. Okay, not bad. What does this have with footsteps to do? Grasslands. Yeah, but I need these footprints. Hidden footprints. Tracks footprints. Oh, I like that. Ooh. That might be a cool idea. Instead of overboard thingy for $4.99, you need the Mr. X footsteps from Resident Evil remake. Why do you see a red line? Oh, here. No, that brings me to an idea that I don't particularly blah, blah, blah. How do you say this? That I move a game object along this line, and I don't worry about the points. I just move this along the line, and when this thing moved, I spawn one, I spawn a footstep, and then I move it, and I spawn a footstep, and I move it, I spawn a footsteps, and I only calculate the distance from the last spawn to the next. You know what I mean? I don't worry about those points, because those points are just the path. Ah, that's just might be a good thing. That I track the distance just by this by a game object that I let follow along this path, and not calculate the distance between the path corners and then try to place the footsteps in between or next. That's much too complicated. Yeah, that's not so bad. But then I still need to know where along this path do I need to place this game object. Yeah. Let's read. What is this? I mean, this is not very sophisticated. This is just a straight line. Particle effect could also be a solution. But the particle effect is this. I'm pretty sure the particle effect is only this here, and not the footprints itself. Yeah, I think in this video he just wanted to show that there's a you can customize the which footprint, which size, etc. I think we need to show that off. That's the same. That's like the same image. Okay. Yeah, dust, water splash. Yeah, it's pretty sophisticated. I mean, if it works, he doesn't show it in the video, but I hope he can, like, he probably can turn it too. And then you have curves and everything. So maybe this should be our goal first, to create something like this. To have a game object that we can move, and below we just print these footprints. And then each footprint has its own logic, and after a couple of timer it fades out, unless game object is still near. That might be a good approach. Ah, I like this. I like this. I like this. Settings. strictly necessary cookies. Cookies detail. Okay, 5,000 days you store your cookie in my browser. Wow. What is this? Akamai cookie. Okay. Can I watch this video now? Why not? Ah. Maybe because of this. Aha. Voila. What did you say? Ah, this is for VR. Okay. Specify main camera, specify footprint. Okay, so here's a line and then... Oh, he has these waypoints and then it draws the footprints in between. That's also nice. Ah, okay. Get detective. Okay. That's also a decent solution, yeah? This is the line, the waypoints, and the on them, and then it's only visible with this. Yeah. $25. No, I'm not gonna buy it. I mean, it's not an option. I want to solve this problem myself. And how old is this? Yeah, old. What are you writing? Yeah, it's actual footprints. I'll be back. No, a moderator cannot leave the chat. No option. Not available. You will be demoted. Put user in timeout. What happens when I do that? I mean, I need to try out once. Hide user on this channel. Remove. Pin message. What happens when I pin your message? Ah, like that. Okay. Can I pin multiple messages? Replace pin message. Ah, you can only pin one. Okay. Report. No. Okay. I really like this. So the prefab solution to A should be not floor on the ground. Below a moving game object. What is A? Wait. Could be after timeout. The failure after timeout. And yeah, so then we already have a good yeah, so when you have this similar to this one, similar to this asset, when we have kind of a game object that we can just pull around the scene wherever you want, and then what we need then is to just walk in front of us, or just walk in front of us, and yeah. Okay. Does that sound like a plan? Does sound like a plan. Let's still update. Let's stop this script. Yeah, that whole line. Let's get about this. I think I'm gonna disable the steps by default, because otherwise people are confused when they enable it and not working properly. But you can also what happens when you disable it in check. It's not enabled by default. That should not be the case on main, especially if it's not working. Oh, let's disable those. Okay. So we disable this. No, this. And in the settings, we should have a boolean somewhere and not just like that, but voila. So by default, only the path should be visible and not the steps. Because the steps are... There we go. Disabled steps by default. And let's also update the project. Vuforia, boom. Okay. And then the other solution would be the shader solution. And with the shader, you probably still have... Is Ryan back? No, he's not back. What a moderator. Okay. It was a spontaneous job promotion for the stream. So the shader solution, I don't really know how the shaders work. But in this case, this was the from what this looks like, this is still the line renderer. Shader animation. But the difficult part of shader animation is probably that you only make it visible move only when player moves, and one more package cannot be added to the file system. The engine cache. I don't care. Look. Player moves, some cache. Well, let's see what's that about. Whatever player moves and date. Yeah, so that's a... I have no idea how line run works. How shady animation would solve this issue. Because I still think that with spawning and despawning, this should be feasible. Just a bit of mathematics and distance and motion, but not something crazy. Just still needs to get in the head a bit. Is Phasmophobia. I think that's a scary game. I don't like scary games. Wow, it's already 1:45. My goodness. Why is Text Mesh Pro not imported anymore? What happened? Oh wow, this all got updated. Okay. Text Mesh Pro got kicked out. Okay. Vuforia is not. Let's check the Vuforia doc. They say 6.0. I don't know what this plus means. Just this version or this version as well? Do I need to log in for download? Yes, log in. What version did I have before? Can I see that here somewhere? See, download is done. Oh, migration. Wait, where? Editor, migration. Somehow it's gone. This is essentially the package that you need. Could not be found. What? Okay, maybe this is not yet supported. Let's downgrade to the they supported this other one. No, not another install. This one maybe. Oh, let's forget about it. Boom. I love this button. Forget about it. Let's forget about it next time. Or I will take a look in between. And okay. Thanks for watching. Brian back, our moderator. No. Sorry, moderator. Just wanted to click and my screen went black. I'll be back. You'll be relieved from standard moderator. Anyways, thanks for watching and see you next week. Ciao.